Hey Shelby, good to see you back. Can you just take us through what these last couple of weeks have been like, how you're feeling now, and what the rehab process has been like?
For me, honestly, last couple of weeks have been kind of long. I've never missed this much time while I've been playing. Like since in Denver, I went 4 years not missing a game, and then now I missed the last four. For me, honestly, I really didn't feel that awful. That first week I didn't have anything wrong, and I was testing negative, and my family tested positive, and I was in the hotel, and then literally a week later I tested positive, and then so for me my only symptoms was I had the chills and my cold sweats for a day or two, and I was pretty much fine. It was really more of like the after effects that kind of really got to me, just like weird nerve pains and it's just like stuff that was unexplainable, and I'm telling you, like that stuff was just crazy. And so, I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be healthy, and like really, truly, like happy to be healthy, and just happy to, be back playing football.
Thanks, Marty.
Shelby, welcome back. Was your concern more for your wife and kids than for your own health during this whole thing? Secondly, what was it like to watch your team play without any quarterbacks because of what happened last week?
So, I had to go through like a real tough decision at first because that first week when I was on the COVID list, my family had COVID, but I didn't. So I was in a hotel. And so I always told myself if things went wrong, I would have just left the hotel and went home. And then I would have just been out. And so that was just like the toughest part was the beginning when I wasn't at home. But then, I was really concerned, obviously, for my wife. My wife's pregnant. And so, when you're pregnant, you're not allowed to really take a lot of the medicine they try to give you. But I was just a lot concerned for her and the baby and just making sure that they were okay. And then going to your quarterback question, that's just a crazy situation. Kendall did a great job. What more can he do? To have no practice and to go out there and play a game at quarterback in the NFL after not playing quarterback for a couple years, like that still blows my mind to this day. But also, I just want to throw out there that he still has a touchdown pass more recently than Taysom Hill, just to throw it out there. But it's just crazy. Like it's just crazy to even be put in that situation. But the guy that he went out there and he had all the heart and the determination you can have, and that's all you can ask for. So all the respect to him.
Next one, Ryan.
Hey, Shelby. One thing Graham Glasgow said a couple weeks ago was the conditioning aspect. He wasn't able to do anything. What's that been like for you this week, and what do you think you can provide to the team Sunday night?
The conditioning thing is real. I haven't done really anything in 4 weeks. So, it's just really about getting back in shape and, going out there and just trying to play as much as you can as 100% at a time. So however many plays that is, you just want to make sure you're out there going hard as 100% every play. That's just, what was your other question?
Vic said you may be limited on Sunday night. Do you feel like that's the right course to sort of gradually put you back into the flow?
Yeah. Injuries happen when you overwork yourself coming back into the flow of things. You just got to be smart with it. There's no way I'm ready to play 60, 70, 80 snaps. That's impossible. I've been out for 4 weeks, so it's all about just managing, and they've been doing a great job all week of just making sure that I'm good. And it's not about, we need you out there, play as many snaps as possible. It's about how do you feel and how hard can you go this play. And so they've been doing a great job. So I can't put a number on it, but I'll be out there.
Next one, Brandon.
Shelby, Vic said a little while ago that you're having your best year. You're the team's best interior pass rusher. I asked Garrett a couple weeks ago if he'd like to get a contract deal done in season and not worry about free agency. Then 3 days later, 4 days later, he got one. So would you like to be in that same position? Do you have any idea if that's a possibility here?
Man, at the end of the day, after everything that happened last year, which everyone knows, I've realized you can't be worried about the small stuff. My job is to go out there and play football. Everything else is going to come eventually. So for me, it's just about focusing on playing the game of football and just really just focusing on and going out there and producing and getting W's, and then everything else will work itself out.
Next one, Kyle.
Well, Shelby, sounds like kind of a roller coaster while you're out, especially with everything you went through with your family. With that all considered, with how well you played in the first half, if you go back, would you still opt in to the season, I would assume?
Yeah, because I could have got it even if I wasn't playing, you know. And that's the one thing I kept saying is it's crazy to think about. Like we could opt out, but then you can still get COVID. So it's like opting out isn't a guarantee you're going to get COVID. It's that you're not going to get COVID. So I 100% stick behind my decisions to play, and 100 out of 100 times I would do it again.
And one other thing, what are your thoughts on just kind of the guys who have stepped up in your absence, and with Mike and Jarrell being out, Draymond, DeMarcus, all those guys?
Man, I've been trying to tell y'all we got some dogs on this D-line. Y'all just need to believe me. I guess they just need to play more for everyone to believe them. I've had faith in these guys from day one. Deshaun, Draymond, D-Wog, Sly, Sosa, like everybody. Like I've seen what these guys can do during camp. And Sly is a proven veteran, you know what I mean? So we have players, no matter who's out. We always want to have somebody that's a quality, valuable piece of the D-line that's going to step up and play. So I wasn't surprised at all, like with my guys. Like, but this is what they made for.
Guys, time for a few more. Next one, Jeff.
Shelby, I'm just curious, with both you and your wife sort of having COVID at the same time. I've talked to some of my friends that have had the same experience, but how'd you guys decide, like, who feels best cooks that day? I mean, how'd you guys work through all that?
So honestly, pretty much it was just me feeling the best every day. So like, and that's the thing is, so I got lucky. I wasn't really that sick. So I was able to help out a lot more than usual. And also one thing I really want to say, and it really, and this is like the most important thing, is the time I had off the last 4 weeks is some of the best time I've ever had in my life. The time I had with my family and my kids and everyone else, that's time that's unreplaceable. So truly to get that time during the season with my family and my kids, it's time I'll never forget. So it wasn't all bad. You know what I mean? Like, it was not all bad. It was a great time, and I watched my little girl turn to a toddler. You know what I mean? Like, that type of stuff. Like, I would take that over and over again. You know, so just want to make sure that's known.
Yeah, and you know, you said that, you know, some people would say I'm still a toddler, but anyway, if you talked about that nerve pain, what were some of the other sort of quirky things you had to deal with?
You know, like it was just waking up in a pool of sweat. The weird headache, like it was just like weird headaches. You know, just it was just like you just didn't feel right. Like it was just weird. But really, it's just the weird nerve pain really for me was just like crazy. And the only reason I even like say all this stuff is because we don't know much about COVID. So I feel like we need to be open about the experiences we had, because more than likely more people have been going through stuff that they may not even realize could be like associated with COVID or could not be associated with COVID, but there's no one's really talking about it. So that's why I usually, you know, I'm not going to get into like my health problems or anything like that, but I feel like with COVID and everything going on, I feel like we have to be able to talk about this stuff.
Thanks.
Time for a few more. We'll finish up with Andrew, then Brandon.
Shelby, what was the emotional experience like of watching those games on Sundays, knowing that you couldn't be a part of it? How hard was that for you?
You know, it sucks because I'm a competitor and I want to be out there with my team. And when you feel like you're not out there, you feel like you're letting your team down. And, you know, it's definitely games you feel like you could have helped. I'm not going to say we would have won or not, we would have still lost or anything like that. But it's definitely games you feel like you could have helped out. Just, like I said, as a competitor. And it just sucks because when you see, you know, little things, it's just like, it just frustrates you, especially when you know, like, the play calls and stuff like that. But then also, it was interesting because I actually got to watch the offense. And I never actually get to watch the offense, like the TV copy of the offense, as it's going on. And it's just, it was just different because watching them, maybe we get to watch them third down, you know, just on the sideline, but just watching the offense the whole game, even just the Saints game, you know, I saw guys who hadn't given up. You know what I mean? Like, all odds are against you. You don't have a quarterback. You know what I mean? And just watching the guys go out there and still battling and fighting, like, it truly, like, it was just interesting to watch.